Imagine a robot, not in a lab, but walking into your living room, looking you in the eye and understanding your emotions. This isn't science fiction. This already happened. From wooden tea-serving dolls in the 1600s to humanoid robots that can lift patients, talk in space, and comfort the elderly. Japan didn't just build robots. Japan built companions. This is the story of every famous robot explained and how machines slowly learned to become human. Act 1. The first robots weren't electric long before AI, before circuits, before electricity. There were karakuri ningyo. These were mechanical dolls built in the 17th century. No wires, no code, just gears, springs, and genius craftsmanship. One of them could serve tea. It would roll forward, stop politely, wait for you to pick up the cup, and then turn around and return. Another could fire arrows with shocking accuracy. A third could write characters with a brush. They weren't toys. They were the world's first vision of automation. Machines designed to mimic human behavior. Japan's obsession with lifelike machines didn't start with AI. It started with art and that philosophy, but machines that coexist with humans would shape everything that came next. Act 2, the first true humanoid, Wabot 1, fast forward to 1973. At Waseda University, engineers built something the world had never seen before. Wabot 1. This wasn't just a robot arm, it was a full humanoid system. It could walk on two legs, it had vision sensors, it could recognize objects, it could communicate in simple Japanese in a world where most robots were stuck on factory floors. Wabot 1 was trying to be human. It moved slowly. It was clumsy, but it proved something revolutionary. Humanoid robots were possible. Wabot 1 was the ancestor of every walking robot you see today. Act 3, the robot that made the world believe Asimo, then came the robot that changed public perception forever, Asimo. When Honda revealed Asimo in 2000, people didn't see a machine, they saw a character. Asimo could walk smoothly, run without falling, climb stairs, recognize faces, wave at people, avoid obstacles in real time. It wasn't just technology, it was personality. Asimo appeared at global events, shook hands with world leaders, and became the face of humanoid robotics. For the first time, millions of people believed robots could live among us. Asimo didn't just walk, it walked into human imagination. Act 4, the robot that entered homes, Aibo. While Asimo inspired the world, Sony created something more personal. Aibo, a robot dog, but not just a toy. Aibo could recognize its owner, learn behaviors over time, respond to voice commands, show emotions through movement and sound. Owners didn't say they used Aibo, they said they bonded with it. When Sony discontinued AIBO, people held funerals for their robot pets. That's when researchers realized something powerful. Humans don't need robots to be perfect, they need them to feel alive. Act 5, the robot that read your emotions, Pepper. Then came Pepper, a humanoid robot designed not to lift heavy objects, but to understand feelings. And Pepper could detect facial expressions, analyze tone of voice, adjust its responses based on mood, hold conversations in retail stores and hospitals. Pepper wasn't built for factories. Pepper was built for society. It greeted customers in shops, guided patients in clinics, and assisted elderly people living alone. Pepper represented a new era, robots as social beings. Act 6, the robot that healed people, Paro. If Pepper talked, Paro comforted. Paro is a robotic baby seal used in therapy for dementia patients and the elderly. It moves. It makes soft sounds. It responds to touch. It learns from interaction. Patients who wouldn't speak to humans began talking to Paro. Stress levels dropped. Loneliness decreased. Emotional connection returned. Paro proved something extraordinary. Robots don't need to look human to heal humans. CICT 7 perpuisi chapel naidedi seta. The robot that went to space, Kurobo, in 2013, Japan sent a robot into space, not for repairs, not for research, for companionship. Kurobo was a small conversational robot that lived aboard the International Space Station. It talked with astronaut Koichi Wakata, recorded conversations, and studied emotional communication in isolation. Space is one of the loneliest environments imaginable. Kurobo's mission was simple: see if a robot could reduce human loneliness beyond Earth. It did. Act 8, the future of care. AREC today, Japan faces a massive aging population, and robotics is becoming a necessity. Enter AREC, an advanced caregiving humanoid. AIREC is being developed to lift patients safely, cook meals, clean rooms, assist with mobility support, independent living for the elderly. This isn't a demo robot. Team, this is a survival solution for society. AIREC represents the moment robots stop being optional and start becoming essential. Act 9. The robot built for disasters, Kaleido. Not all robots are gentle. Some are built for chaos. Kaleido, developed by Kawasaki, is a powerful humanoid designed for disaster response. Industrial work, remote operation in dangerous environments, heavy lifting. Where humans can't go, Kaleido can. It's the protector, the rescue worker, the machine that enters collapsing structures so humans don't have to. 10. Why Japan builds robots differently. In many countries, robots are seen as tools. In Japan, robots are seen as partners. That's why they're robots. Bo greet people, express emotions, assist the elderly, serve in daily life. The goal was never domination. The goal was coexistence. But from tea-serving dolls to AI caregivers, Japan didn't try to replace humans. It tried to support them. Think about this timeline. A wooden doll serving tea in the 1600s. A humanoid walking in 1973. A robot running in 2000. A robotic pet that people mourned. A social robot that reads emotions. A therapy robot that heals minds. A space robot that fights loneliness. A caregiver robot that may save a nation. This isn't just robotics. This is the story of humans trying to build something that understands them. And the most surprising part, we didn't just teach robots to act human. They taught us what it means to be human. The next generation of robots won't just walk, talk, or assist. They will learn, adapt, and live beside us. So the real question isn't, will robots become part of our lives? They already are. Well, the real question is, are we ready to live with them?